Hey friends, Neff here with episode 16 of Let's Play Pokemon Yellow. I am recording this immediately after recording the footage and audio for episode 15. So I am doing battles back to back to back to back with zero break. And I gotta tell you, this is a true trial right here. Of course, Snorlax only has one attacking move, which is Headbutt. It only has 15 power points, so there is some switch training here to get him up in levels. I remembered after the fact that I do have a Swift TM and a Mega Punch TM all the way back from Mount Moon that I could have put on him to make this a little bit easier. As a result, there's a couple of fights that I've increased from 1.5 times speed to 2 times speed just to get through it because, oh my goodness, this was something else. Sorry my throat's a little bit scratchy. I've been a little under the weather lately, but I still want to get out a video a day, so I'm trying to get a little ahead here in case I get better before I get worse. Oh, man. Remember what I said last episode about there being good enemy variety? Well, most of that goes out the window. We fight the same birds multiple times, and the same poison types with the bikers multiple times. Good news is, after this, we have a lot of little things that we can do, so I can really break up the next episode or two that follow. Whew. Charmeleon is super close to being able to evolve. And this is where we make the change from Route 14 to Route 15. Which is fortunately the final leg of the journey from Lavender Town all the way south to Fuchsia. I'm not really going to do anything in Fuchsia as soon as I get there. I mostly just want to go into the Pokemon Center so I unlock the location for use with Fly for when we get Charizard. That way I can come right back here when I want to. But for now, this is just battle after battle, and it's really, really something else. There's no hidden items on this route, and the patch of grass contained the same Pokemon that Route 14 had, I want to say. So there's not really anything new. Not that I caught the Farfetch'd or possibly Ditto. Ditto might only be red and blue. I can't remember. Yeah, this is just me trying to get through this. The point is, with no hidden items, there's like one TM that I get to pick up, and it's just on the ground. It's only Rage, which is garbage, so I'm just going to pick it up so I could say I picked it up, and then sell it, because Rage is one of the worst moves in the game. Truly just battle after battle. And it makes me wonder, when they developed this, what were they thinking? Like, let's just throw a huge experience pool at the player so their levels are good? I don't know, because honestly, by the end of the game, we're going to need to be a lot higher, and there's not that many more actual dungeons or anything left to do. Yeah, we've got Silphco, we've got the ocean, we have the western route down to Fuchsia, but only 2 of those are actually dungeons. The rest are it's just a trainer pool. We finally have Charizard, who will probably never see combat again outside of this route. Now that I've taught him Fly, I'll be happy to put HM2 back in storage. In red, blue, and yellow, your maximum storage capacity for items is only 20, so space is kind of at a premium. It's never too bad so long as you're putting stuff away, but I don't ever want to run the risk of not being able to pick something up because my inventory's full. I ask myself at some point during this route, why do all the flying type trainers insist on having mohawks? I mean, if you sign up and say that you're going to be a bird keeper for a profession, do they say, yep, okay, we need to shave the left and right hand side of your head? At least with junior trainers, they have the variety of like lass. There's a lot of overlap in the Pokemon types, but I'm just rambling. Honestly, I'm just glad that this segment is finally over. Yes, Pokemon is about battles, ultimately. And yeah, in Stadium, that's all you do. But somehow it's different than what I encountered here. This was soul-crushing. Just... Oh yeah, and this Fearow doesn't even die to a single Psybeam? That's... Nothing lives against Alakazam's Psybeam. And there's enough leeway there that I don't even think it's within like, damage range. Whatever. At least I know I'll be in good shape when I take on the Silph-Co. When I go through there, Lapras is going to be given to us, and it'll be level 15, I think. It's like a really low level. So I kind of want the experience all before then, but I'm a few entries away. So I might have to, I don't know, I'm going to have to get creative. Because technically at the end of this route is where I can pick up that item, which is one of the reasons I wanted to clear this out right now. Although somehow in my head I was only a couple of entries away instead of several entries away. So what I might have to do is a little bit of, I'll unlock Fuchsia with the Pokemon Center, and then I might have to take a couple of Pokemon out that are like close to evolving and put them on the team and just switch train them until I have my 50. Or I could fish. That's another option. But most of the water Pokemon we can get aren't good. Like, with the exception of Staryu turning it into Starmie, or Slowpoke to turn into Slowbro, all the water Pokemon, not that great. Even Blastoise, like the Squirtle evolution, not the best competitively. Like, most people that want to run a water Pokemon on their team will go with a water psychic variant like Starmie or Slowbro. Blastoise has too shallow of a move pool. Yeah, it can use like stab water moves, but that limits it when you could get the same benefits, especially in Generation 1, where there's no real counter to psychic types. But our water Pokemon is going to be Lapras. So water and ice, because Stab Water and Stab Ice are going to be great. I'm already going to have, most likely, 2 psychic types, one being Alakazam and the other being Exeggutor. I momentarily considered Jinx, but she has terrible defense and kind of low HP, so probably not worth it. Oh yeah, I forgot Rage is up here. So yeah, back to this this spreadsheet that I put together. For perfect type coverage, I wanted to get as much stab damage as possible, which was one of the reasons I wanted to put Fly on Charizard. But that's also why I put Thunderbolt on Gengar instead of alternatively maybe putting it on, like, I was thinking maybe Chansey or even Lapras can learn Thunderbolt. But they're already going to get other type coverage, and frankly, we don't need Charizard for Fire, because the things that Fire is strong against, I have other types that are strong against those. I probably will get a Chansey in the Safari Zone when I get there, and I'll probably put Fire Blast on it. In like 30 seconds, that's when my patience just became 0. And I was like, you know what? No more of this. Grab the bicycle. I gotta speed this up. I got a life to live. And there's still like a dozen trainers to fight. So ultimately, with the changes I made to my spreadsheet, I don't think Nidoking is going to make the final cut. He has like a really good like jack of all trades move pool, but I need Earthquake on someone who's a little more resilient. And even though he's like above average in most of his traits, I think Earthquake's going to probably end up going on Snorlax instead, even though it won't get the same type attack bonus. Instead, the final party that I'm considering right now is going to be Alakazam, because he's a good special sweeper, especially where the special stat is the attack and special defense. Gengar, because he has Nightshade, 2 means of disrupting the opponent, and Thunderbolt. Snorlax, I lost my train of thought. I'm telling you, this Route 15 wiped me out. Snorlax will probably have Earthquake and Body Slam, so he can get the paralysis. Of course, Rest, because he's one of the king of stalls. And then Lapras, so that we have water and ice type stab moves. Maybe throw Toxic on that one, because I already put Thunder Wave on Alakazam. And then who's left? Probably Exeggutor, so I can get a Stab Psychic and Stab Grass type moves. Because Mega Drain is pretty good, even though Grass types aren't strong against that many things. There are still a few types where it would be appreciated. And he's arguably the tankiest of the psychic types. There's not that many things that can stall him out, besides like Chansey, I guess. This fight here is one that I set to ×2, so I apologize for the flashing lights. Good news though, only like 6 more trainers to take on. You, Mr. Biker, are a bully. Oh, who also has a mohawk? Why is there so many mohawks? This game came out in 1998? Like, probably 99 in America? Were mohawks all the rage? I don't... No. No, they were not. Maybe amongst bully culture, I don't know. Finally starting to make use of Nidoking's Thrash. It does do more than Horn Attack. The reason I normally avoid it is because I don't like being locked into one attack. But for these guys that aren't smart enough to switch or, like, make things difficult for me, it doesn't matter. The negative effect of Thrash is when it's done, you get confused. So you don't want to let it run too many turns. Also try to remember that before I film, I usually run through these segments and make sure that my team can handle it, make sure if there's any noteworthy opponents that I'm ready for them so I don't waste a turn switching, you know, basically just to streamline the experience. So this was... I have no words. I will not use that method on this route ever again, and I probably will not use that method on Sickling Road either. I will just take them as they come and hope for the best, and that'll have to be good enough because holy... Ugh, it's something else, man. You ever notice that the sprite on the female junior trainer, she's like bow-legged or like in mid-jump? I don't know, she's just drawn really weird. I know I use the term a lot since I've been recording this, but this was such a slog. We're so close. Just a few more. Like, just 3 more. And it'll finally be over. So at this point, I'm only switch training when the starting Pokemon or like against Pokemon that are fully evolved and are going to pay out decent experience. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of switching back and forth, and it's tedious for the viewer. It's tedious for me. It's just not worth it. I like that the bird on his arm is not a Pokemon. Or maybe it is. Maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe he gave like a Pidgey a mohawk. I don't know. In this one, I ate the sand attack, but I hate having my accuracy lowered, so obviously I was not going to leave Gengar out again. Oh gosh, I'm realizing now that I was almost out of power points for Psybeam. That would have not been good. Lucky critical. Probably would have taken it out without the crit, but that's alright. Just one more. That little alcove there, that's the end of it. And we're finally done with this area, and I never, ever have to come back here. I'll have to go up on the water route after I get Surf, but that'll take like 2 seconds. Was not surprised that Alakazam got taken out there. Just 2 more Pokemon, and I'm free. And of course this Oddish is going to do its best to make things take longer. Now, Tangela is worth a lot of experience, so I knew I wanted to go for the switch here. And why not? We'll let Charizard experience a battle. That was definitely within damage range. I could have one-shot that. But ultimately, it's over. It's done. Next time, we have fun.